Welcome. Greetings, everyone. Today we have reached the completion of the Alchemy stage. That's right. Today is the 13th day of the Alchemy stage. And today is a paired episode with yesterday's, which was Galactic Arkana number 6. And today is Galactic Arkana number 22. Blessings. Yesterday we spoke about the 372. Today we're going to be focusing on the 391, and therefore also focusing on what is this fluctuation. Yeah? What is this fluctuation? 372, 391. Today's day 52. And it's card 31, which is Alchemy 13. Which is this card. It actually has an extra 19 in the middle. Which is what is the difference between 372 and 391 is 19 years. 391 year matrix. Cooling period. What are the odds? To find out that the codes from ancient Kemet and Mayan peoples, matching up over 19,000 years plus, reveal a hidden mystery. That the records of ice core rise and fall matches up with the number of years the end of my first book focused upon. All this information has always felt like an initiation to me, and now the message is very clear. We are heading for a 391 year cycle of cooling. We are at the end of an interglacial period. Wow. The year 2034. Yeah, the year 2034. I spoke about this. I talked about that before. But I've added a couple bits on here, which is the warming period I've designated to LOL, and the cooling period is to LOT. Now, you may well have heard of 2 LOT before, because that's the second law of thermodynamics. Maybe you haven't heard of 2 LOL? Yeah. Jokers and fools. Yep, today is Galactic Arkana number 22, and that is the Fools. Yeah, the Fools and Jokers. How is it this information's been kept secret for so long? Surely someone's added up the maths. Surely. So let's just do a bit of recapping regarding Galactic Arkana number 10 and Galactic Arkana number 20. We talked about how nature rules and how these are all interglacial periods, and we're at the end of this one here. Now, if we zoom into that, this is Galactic Arkana number 10. We zoom into that, we reach this one, which is Galactic Arkana number 20, and that top bit there that we were just talking about, this bit here, that is basically this bit. Okay? So we've just done a fractal zoom. Now, that bit there, okay, from Galactic Arkana number 20, is then this bit here, which matches up with the 372 and 391. You can see down here, yeah, what does that say? 8.2 event, yeah, 8.2. This is an anomaly. It's also on this one. You can see it here. Yeah, that's an anomaly that's on both the graphs, which is a period during the celestial DNA time spiral where the 372, 391 don't match up. But as you can see, it's very much anomalous. But that's just another wee blip to show that this is an organic universe that we live in. Yeah, so that's very stuff for fractal levels, you know, from 500,000 years, yeah, down to 20,000 years, and then down into the detail of 10,000 years, which is what matches up with the 372 and the 391, which takes us back to 1662 till the present day, 2034, and on to 2425, which is when the completion of the 391. That's like, yeah, centuries. Yeah, centuries, absolutely. This is, yeah, cosmic level of time codes, all, the alchemy of it all coming together, because this is the completion of the alchemy stage. Yeah. I spoke as well yesterday about how the 372 can also be a combination of the 62 times 6. Well, going back to this one, which is Galactic Arkana 18, this period, this 18.618, this is a fluctuation, yeah? This is a fluctuation. This number fluctuates. Now, if you take 391 and you divide it by 21, $391 divided by 21, 18.619. 372 divided by 20, 18.6. So these are two numbers which match with this frequency here of the lunar, the Galactic Arkana number 18. Yes, indeed. Yeah. That's some more numbers. And that is how one can then understand this 2 lol and 2 lot. Yeah. Yeah, well, throughout history, there's always been many different cultures which have risen and fallen. Yeah, and during their time, yeah, the heights of their civilization, they've looked for, trying to calculate the most precise length of the year. There's all kinds of information about what's being done to really, really understand the fluctuations of the reality we live in. Now, the general view is that time is just always slowing down, or the years getting shorter. Now, is that time slowing down or speeding up? That's a good question. So, during my investigations in relation to these 372 and 391, one of the theories, which I have spoken about before in previous videos, but I haven't gone into detail, is this concept of actually, time speeding up and slowing down. Not so much that we would notice it that easily in terms of calculating it, but that it would actually speed up and slow down. Yeah. Do I have any evidence for this? Yeah, actually I do. Here are a bunch of calculations made by various historical figures who have come up with different lengths of the year. Okay, all these different numbers here. Yeah. Now, this page is fascinating because what you get is you realize that the length, yeah, even though they say it's always decreasing, what the actual historical record says is it increases and decreases. Now, what's usually talked about is obviously they've made a mistake. You know, our ancestors are dumb, they didn't measure it correctly, so they made a mistake. If you look at it with new eyes, though, you look at the numbers and, yeah, I looked at them and I thought, wow, that's actually evidence that backs up what my theories that match up with reality we live in seem to be speaking of. So maybe this concept that time is always slowing down. The only thing about that, though, is if the year's getting shorter, surely that means it's speeding up. So there's some questions there. What I'm talking about is during a warming period, it would speed up. It would get a shorter year, and during the cooling, it would get longer again, so slower. Okay, so it would actually fluctuate. Now, I've brought some more graphics to share today about that. Here is one of them. Here is my theory again, relating it to Newton's apple falling. But instead of it being an apple, it's actually the planet we live on, and it jumping from a 372 to a 391. When I say jumping, you know, it's an organic fluctuation. So it would spiral into this and reach the peak of this, and then spiral into that, and then reach the peak of that, and then spiral back. Okay? I went on to create more graphics. Yeah. I've actually termed it the Psirus slipstream. And there's actually a sacred coffee stain on this bit of paper actually as well. Here's that graphic. Here's the sacred coffee stain here. And it says there actually which way to entropy. And here's the Psirus slipstream. The inner ring is the 372 and the outer ring is the 391. This describes it in terms of reaching the extremes and back again. And it's only a matter of minutes. In the calculation in terms of the length of the year, it's only a matter of minutes. But that's what it is down the orders of magnitude. Yeah. Yeah, matters of minutes can actually mean a huge thing. Yeah. Yeah. On larger scales, yeah. So the length of the year could change. Yeah, it could get longer again. Yeah. Yeah, that's what the evidence is. That's what the evidence is saying. Again, I have given respect to the ancestors, and I've found pieces of ancient wisdom from various sources across the planet, and then I've brought them together in an alchemy to understand more about our reality that we live in. And through doing that, I've matched up this advanced time science with ice cores from Greenland. And I've just recently made more sense of understanding the ice cores that cover 500,000 years. And it matches up with the historical cycles, and it matches up with the climatic cycles, and it connects to, Greenland, which is very close to where I live. So it all makes sense to actually talk about this more in depth. Yeah. So this rising and falling, you know, it has a certain energy to it. Again, that's it here with the Psirus cycles, if you remember, as well, matching up. The rising and the falling. Yeah, and that's it connecting with the ancient wisdom across the oceans. The 1461 and the 1507, which themselves are actually multiples of the 372 and 391. These numbers here. So that connects the 372 and the 391 with the ancient wisdom of the land of Kemet, which is ancient Egypt, and the Maya traditions, and the origins of the long count. Yeah, which all seems to have been hidden. Yeah, hidden, and different events have occurred in history to cover up what's going on. Yeah. Well, that's what I've covered in these episodes. There's quite a perspective to cover. So, what am I actually talking about here? I'm talking about an actual baseline. Yeah? I'm talking about a baseline in the natural climate cycle. Yeah? Which is to say, there would also be fluctuations. Yeah? Around this. It wouldn't just be a flat line. No, there's multiple cycles that coexist. Yeah, because we live in a holistic, organic universe, and generally borders don't really exist. Yeah, we do have the benefit of having an atmosphere on this planet, but that atmosphere is an alchemy. Yeah. That's what it is. So we're talking about a baseline. So the baseline, as I've experienced it, is through connecting this baseline, so many of these other notes and harmonies and patterns fit together. Yeah, just like I was talking about the rhythmic pattern of the 28-day cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a month. It's a baseline. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Well, these are the things which I have been guided to share about this understanding. It also happens to be today my galactic birthday. In one of the Mayan calendars is Blue Cosmic Eagle today. And the Arcturians have got me a present. Would you like to see my present? Yeah. It's a crown. You see that? Yeah, it's a crown with spikes on it. And whenever there's a spike, it's a 372. And when it's not a spike, it's a 391. Wow. Code of codes. Wow. Okay. Code of codes. It's fascinating if you think about it. The shape of crowns. Have you noticed this connection? The rising and fall of empires. No way. Look, the rise and fall of empires, and they wear crowns that actually symbolize this awareness. Wow, how long have they known, do you think? How long have we had crowns? Really? Well, what does this say? Wow, look, it says the King of Kings. Really? Wow. Wow, okay. Right, so if I'm the custodian of this information, and this information is what kings keep secret, and all these different groups keep secrets so they can control things. And I have these codes now. Well, that must make me the king of the kings. Yeah, because it's the code of codes. Yeah? It's the baseline. Yeah, once you've got the baseline, yeah, everything else matches up. Right. What an interesting present the Arcturians have got me. Wow. Wow, and I'm a fool? Really? Okay. How come all the maths adds up then? Yeah, just keeps on adding up. Yeah. Wow. The code of codes. King of Kings, right? So, better get them all on the phone then, eh? Tell them that all war must stop now. Yeah. And all the games and the dramas and all the keeping secrets is going to have to stop. Because the same rules do not apply in different environmental conditions. Yeah, we may well have been through a 2 lol, but when we reach the 2 lot, it's going to be a whole different story. And no, I don't think pollution is going to stop this. You may think that pollution could stop this, but there's so many orders of magnitude greater here. Yeah, I don't agree with having a dirty world either, whether it's warmer or cooler. No, this is to do with power games. Well, the power games are over. Yeah, because this is the code of codes. Yeah. Yeah, this is the sort of wisdom that's taken thousands and thousands of years to reveal. But it looks like they've known about it for much longer than they've been saying. Yeah. Well, it's certainly a fascinating theory, and I like the way the Arcturians have made it fun. Code of codes. King of kings. Ha ha! Well, it's a path of gnosis. Yes, it is. Thank you, Arcturians. Wow. Wow. Time speeding up and slowing down, warming and cooling cycles, matching up with the wisdom of our ancestors and the ancient maths and modern maths and historical cycles and rising and fall of empires and the climatic sequencing. Wow. Okay. Climate change. Okay, I think actually what we really need is an end to greed. Yeah. So that's a different kind of change. Yeah. Through gnosis. Yeah, not the wisdom of experience. Yeah, the wisdom of experience as in, yeah, taking proper notes, records through history, and it all matching up over thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. See, I mean, if what happens in the future? I mean, this is the question as well, you know, because I mean, the graphs only go so far on a graph up to the present day, but what happens next? You know, what happens next? Actually, yeah. Code of codes, king of kings. Question mark. Oh, look, it's 391s. Wow. 391s. Yep, that's what's in my book. 391s. And that's based of matching up with all the information I've talked about. And the program I've used is called StarCalc. You can download that for free. It's a very interesting program. Yeah. Do we know it's going to be 391s? That's what the calculations via StarCalc. That's the result of the calculations via StarCalc. Yeah, absolutely. All the other ones match over 12,000 years, but the next 7,000, well, that's why I'd like other people to check the maths. Yeah, find other ways to connect the maths up. Yeah, because we're like here. Yeah, we're in one of these 372s at the moment. Yeah. And that's what the codes say is we're heading to a 391. It's most likely because it's like it's been two 391s, a 372, 391, 372. It's most likely going to be a 391 next. Whether it's going to be three of them, well, if you know any Arcturians out there that would like to check the maths, 20,000 years of data points, please get in touch. Or find errors. I'd actually, you know, if you want to find errors and it's going to be a warming period, well, now that we're given the choice, we probably would prefer another warming period, wouldn't we? Right. Well, yeah. It's more likely going to be a 391, though. Well, that's what the codes say. And that's what the maths adds up to. And that is the completion of the alchemy stage. And that is the code of codes. Yeah? The king of kings. Queen of queens as well, obviously. Queen of queens as well. Yeah. We are here. Code. Right. What an alchemical process. Yeah, well, I'm in my 40th year now, and everything is just coming together, and it's fairly mind-blowing information, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. Trying to describe it in words as someone who's generally mathematical and likes to describe things in drawings with just keywords written on them, hoping that just the drawing itself would express the meaning. Well, I've tried my best to explain what I've found, what is the fruit of the majority of my adult life. That is what 19,000 Years of Peace is about, is awareness, so we can make the correct choices as a planet and move forward and evolve. Yeah. With knowledge like this. Knowledge like this. Okay. Well, may peace prevail on our beloved planet Earth. That is the completion of the first four stages. So, the earth and the water and the fire and the alchemy. So what's next? Well, tomorrow we start the Galactic Code section, which is even beyond the alchemy level. But actually, the galactic hoods interact with the alchemy level from a higher order of magnitude. Yeah, bigger cosmic cycles. Well, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll speak to you again soon when I have more to share. And see you for the next video in the Galactic Code section. Wow. Nice to be.